Hi, everybody. I'm going to talk to you about the itinerary for this evening. We're going to start off with a welcome and a get to know you activity. And we're going to follow that with a slide that shares how excited we are about working with your children this year. We'll then go into the K-team introduction, the admin introduction. We'll introduce our specialists. We'll do a little presentation on what we will cover in kindergarten, what we will learn this year. Spanish Immersion will also talk a little bit about their program. The ESOL, the special ed, and the counselor will also be introduced. And then we'll break for a little special activity, a scavenger hunt for the kids. We'll also talk about how to prepare for virtual kindergarten, for virtual learning, and how to be ready for kindergarten this year. We'll also talk about some suggested supply materials, and then we will end with introducing some PTA members. So that's what our itinerary is for this evening.
You guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
That's
trying to admit people too. Okay, this is fancy. So, like Ms. Barrett said, we're going to play a game, a get to know you game. We want to know what the kindergarten teachers have in common with you as well as with other soon-to-be classmates. Are you guys ready?
Yes, we are.
Yes. Are you reading?
All right, so Rita Hartle likes to paint furniture. If you like to paint too, stand up and pretend that you're painting.
Anything.
And if your slide comes up, teachers, please, you can introduce yourselves and do your thing because I know you want to model for the kids as well.
Hi, I am Miss Harlow. I am part of the Spanish Immersion kindergarten team. I am from Mexico, from a city called Guadalajara, and I've been teaching for over 20 years or so. I started very, very young. So I'm very happy to get to work with you and to be here today.
All right. Let's see who we have next. Who likes to travel by plane? Take it away.
Hi, boys and girls and parents. Welcome to a virtual kindergarten orientation. My name is Miss Dongo. I'm one of the English Academy kindergarten teachers. I like to travel far away by plane to see my family in Africa. Boys and girls, stand up, stretch your arms, and pretend you're a big jumbo jet. Up in the sky, don't wobble, just stay still. Here we come, Africa.
All right. Let's see who we have next, boys and girls. I want to know who likes to dance and play at the playground.
Unmute. Hi, everyone. My name is Mrs. Mingia. I've been with Montgomery County Schools for about 20 plus years as well. I'm new to Page. I'm really delighted to meet everyone, excited to be here. I love to dance and I love to go to the playground. So if you are one, I see Shuba, I see you looking your mom. That's awesome. If you like to dance, would you stand up and show me your moves? Come on, guys. I know. Get that blood moving. Let's show me some moves. Nice job. Nice meeting everyone. Thank you.
All right. Oh, my goodness. Someone likes to run. I wonder who likes to run.
Hi, I'm Senora La Torre. I'm part of the Spanish Immersion as well, and I love to run. So stand up in your place and pretend that you're running if you like to run as well, like me. Good. Well, I'm so excited to meet everyone this year. So it's going to be different, but we're going to have as much as fun as we would in the building.
All right. Oh my goodness, who likes to play in that garden?
Okay. Hi, boys and girls. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. My name is Miss Barrett, and I love to work in my garden. If you like to work in your garden too, pretend that you are digging for worms right now. Can you bend down and dig in the dirt? Can you find those slimy worms and pick them up with your fingers? Okay, great job. I'm looking forward to meeting you all.
Sorry, everyone, if I'm a little delayed. I had to let everybody in. All right, my kindergarten teachers, let's tell them.
We are all
so excited
To start the kindergarten.
in the fall. Yay!
Okay, who's up next? Are we ready to meet that K team? We're going to see them again. Who knows who that is? Oh my goodness, who is that?
No, last name.
Yeah, Miss Barrett.
Miss Miss Barry?
Oh, that?
Zinga? Oh my goodness, they're coming from everywhere. You're gonna Harlow. They're coming from everywhere. This is your kindergarten team, my new family friends. Let's give them a high five.
High five.
Who is the main kindergarten teacher?
Miss Ndingo?
Again, good evening, parents, boys and girls. I'm so excited to have this virtual kindergarten orientation with you. Hey, kindergarten love students. We're going to do our best to make sure that you have fun learning. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in Kenya, East Africa, but I came here a long time ago and I went to college and I became a teacher. I have been teaching for about 25 years. I like to read and to spend time with my family. Most of all, I love kindergarten so much because that's when we get to see you learn to read. Bam, everybody.
All right.
Okay, hi everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. My name is Miss Barrett and I am from Ellicott City, not too far from here, not too far from Page. I've been at Page since 2003 and it's like a second home to me. I really enjoy decorating my house. I love working in my yard and I've been walking every day. I also, just like Miss Dungo, I also love teaching kindergarten because I love to help you all learn how to read and write. So I look forward again to meeting with you all and getting to know you guys.
Hi, friends. So my name again is Mrs. Minjia. I was born in New York City, but I relocated to Maryland probably about 20 some odd years ago. I love traveling to the beach. I love taking long walks, and I love orange sherbet. I have been teaching for over 30 years. And what I like the most about kindergarten is seeing the students grow in their personal responsibility as well as in areas of their academic, emotional, and social development and growth. That's what I love. Looking forward to an awesome year, friends.
Hello, friends. I am Senora Harlow. I am from a city in Mexico that's named Guadalajara. I love teaching. I love cooking. I like reading books. I also like to restore furniture. I've been teaching for over 21 years, but what I like the most about kindergarten is to get to know my students every day and work and learn together. So I'm very happy to work with you this year.
Hello, I'm Señora La Torre. I'm Spanish immersion as well. I'm from Santiago, Chile. Very far, very far. So I came here 7 years ago, and I started working in Page 8 years ago. This is my 3rd year. So I've been teaching for 10 years almost. Wow. I chat with my family. I love baking, which is dangerous, but I love it. And I love ice cream. I can't resist ice cream. And what I love the most about being in kindergarten is that I get to create so much fun lessons that I get to enjoy. And also I like to play with my students. That's the best kindergarten.
All right, Ms. Brown.
Sorry, I always get caught on didn't turn the mute back on. So my name is Stacy Brown. I am, like I said earlier, if you missed it, I'm the proud principal of Page. Oh, look at my cute outfit. I love it. Principal of William Tyler Page Elementary School. I have been the principal there for 5 years. I'm going into my 6th year as the principal. I have been in Montgomery County Public Schools. Oh, sorry, phone. Montgomery County Public Schools this is my 25th year in Montgomery County. And I also, little fun fact, I went to Montgomery County Public Schools. So just like you starting school, kindergarten, 1st grade, I went to Montgomery County Public Schools. I went to Tacoma Elementary School. I went to Piney Branch. I went to Tacoma Junior High. And then I went to Blair High School. So I am a true Montgomery County Public Schools born and raised. For college, I went to Spelman College. I have a degree in economics. I also have a degree in elementary education from Bowie, and I have a degree. I was a media specialist for some time also from University of Maryland. So I've taught 2nd grade. I've been a media specialist, and also then I became an administrator. So a couple facts about me. I do have a daughter who is 11 years old. She's starting middle school this year. And some things that I really like to do. I love to plant things in my garden. I have a garden on my deck, and I'm growing squash and tomatoes this year. I love traveling when I can, and I love watching action movies and reading books, lots of Harry Potter books. I love Harry Potter. So those are some fun things about me. And I forgot to have the boys and girls, because we are penguins. You are now Page Penguins. I forgot to see how many of you can walk like a penguin. If you can walk like a penguin, stand up like I am right now and waddle like a penguin. All right, good job, guys.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Blackman, the principal intern, and something that's very interesting that we have in common. This is my 1st year at Page Elementary School as well. So we are becoming penguins together, and I'm so excited to take this journey with you. This is my 20th year as an educator. I was an assistant principal. I've been an assistant principal for 7 years. The past 2 years, I was at Sherwood Elementary School. And before that, I was in Washington, D.C., teaching with District of Columbia Public Schools, working with them for the past 7 years. I am a Baltimore native, proud, born and raised. I am a Baltimore Ravens. I'm just not a fan. I'm a fanatic. So boys and girls, if you love football, I want you to stand up and pretend you're a quarterback and throw that football, whoever your favorite team is. Prior to becoming an administrator, I was an academy coordinator, an instructional coach, a classroom teacher. My degrees are in elementary education, curriculum instruction, and in reading. And I am so excited to begin to work with you and your families. Go Penguins! Who is that? Is Miss Helly in here? Is she still with us? Well, she is a very familiar face, boys and girls, that hopefully you will get to see soon, and parents as well. She is our fantastic attendance secretary. So anything, I'm quite sure some of you have talked to her when you were trying to enroll your kindergarten students. She is a lovely presence as part of the heartbeat of this school. And I think we have another friend joining us. Let's see. Who could be joining us next? Oh, I'm sorry, friends. I went ahead. Oh, that is Miss Sweet. Oh my goodness, we have another lovely friend who you guys, I cannot wait for you to meet. She is our administrative secretary, and I tell you, she's gonna put some great smiles on your face. And you probably, when we get into school, she may be the person that you may get your birthday pencil from.
Oh, can I give a factoid about Miss Sweat?
Yes.
Oh, you would not believe. Miss Sweat also went to Montgomery County Public Schools, and she was in the immersion program, and she is fluent in Spanish. So sometimes if you're in the immersion program, she will speak to you in Spanish and understand what you're saying, and you can speak back to her. So that's a little factoid about Miss Sweat.
All right. All right, boys and girls, let's see what's next.
Well, it's my turn to present the specialist team. Ms. Blackman, if you want to, there we go. This is Mr. Henderson. He is our wonderful music teacher. Let's see who we have next. This is Miss Crook. She is our media specialist. She loves books. She's very fun to be around, and she will always, have a fun little activity that she will share with you whenever you're at the library. She comes to our virtual classrooms. We have Miss Hernandez. She is our art teacher specialist. If you tour our class, our school, whenever we have, if we go back live, you will see the wonderful murals that she creates along with the students. And this is Mr. Unger, our PE teacher. So this is our wonderful team of specialists.
All right, boys and girls, I want you to get excited about our specials team and figure out what is your favorite one? Is it music? Is it reading those books, being a bookworm? Is it being a painter, painting those lovely things and making those lovely crafts? Or is it being throwing the ball, kicking around, learning soccer or basketball? All right, what will we learn in kindergarten?
Ms. Blackman, can I just interrupt now that my mic is working?
Yeah.
I just wanted to get an opportunity to actually say hello to everyone and to see some of the faces with the names. And it's a pleasure getting to know you guys via email. And if we ever get back in school, you will see that I consider myself the face of Page because I'm the first that you see when you come into the office. I've been at Page for 20 years. My kids have gone through Page. They are now grown, 27 and 30. I've been a substitute teacher for about 15 years, a media assistant, and now at the front office. And it is a pleasure to welcome you all into Page, and I look forward to continuing to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So you see, now you have a voice to that lovely face that you just saw with Miss Hadley in the front office. I told you like her.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ms. Blackman, I can't see the reading. Did you just block it or?
No, I started with the math and then.
Yeah.
You want
Okay,
them both
thank you. No, that's fine. I just wanted you to know how I say this. Okay. Again, you heard, my name is Miss Dongo, and this evening I would like to talk to you about math and reading curriculum. This is just a brief description. During back to school night, you will get an in-depth presentation of the curriculum and other content areas. So we're going to talk about math now. This is what We engage in Eureka Math. Is a program that we started last year, and we like it because it challenges students from solving skills. So I'm going to briefly talk to you about the components. Every daily lesson has these components that I'm going to talk to you about. Let's start with the fluency. The fluency is an opportunity for the teacher to introduce a skill that's going to help the students in a little. For example, the teacher knows he or she's going to teach about counting. She's going to introduce students to counting. They might count bags of objects. So again, it's preparing students for a future lesson. The application part of the lesson is students being able to practice to apply a skill that they've learned. For example, if they've already learned about counting, the teacher can give them a bag of different things and ask them to count and tell how many they see and what strategy they use to count. They are supposed to apply a skill that they have learned. And then we get the concept development. That is the meat of the math lesson. It's the main focus lesson. This is when a teacher introduces a new concept, states the objective, and then engages students in high-level thinking, have students use manipulatives, collaborate, and learn the skill. So again, it's the main objective of the lesson. And then we get the problem set. The problem set is a check for understanding. After students have learned, for example, how to count, they get an activity where they practice counting. And the teacher is always walking around to see how well they are showing the mastery of the objective. If they know the objective, then they move on. If they need more to practice times, the teacher makes extra time to help them practice that lesson. So that's check for understanding. And then the debrief of the lesson, again, is a check for understanding, but this is summarizing the math lesson. The teacher usually calls students as a whole group and asks them, what did you learn about counting today? And they can share with their peers as well as answer questions from the teacher. Again, it's the teacher's time to check for understanding. And then we get to the homework. The homework is really exciting because students get to practice the math skills that they're learning at school. Now, one of the things you're going to like about homework is that you will get a homework booklet that comes home. And each homework activity has a guide. It has a helper. So you as the parent are going to be able to read to find out what your child is supposed to be doing and help them if they need any help. So again, in a nutshell, that's our Eureka Math program. You will be getting more information about the program during back to school night. And again, before I move, this is both in math, in English, and in Spanish. So now we're going to talk about the reading, the language arts program. We are embarking on a new reading curriculum called Benchmark Universe. We dived into it last spring when we went on virtual learning. But this is the first year. We're going to start from the beginning to the end. So I'm going to talk to you about the components of the reading and language arts curriculum. We're going to start with the whole group. The whole group is when the teacher has the whole class together, because sometimes the teacher teaches the whole group. Sometimes the teacher has small groups. I'm going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about the interactive read aloud during the whole group. When the teacher reads aloud to students, he or she is reading a higher level text that students can't read because he has a lot of vocabulary and a lot of hard words for them to learn. So the teacher is the facilitator, but the students are able to learn about key details by using the pictures and using the probing questions from the teacher. So again, the teacher is the facilitator, but our students joining to identify the key details. And this is in informational text as well as narrative. Informational text or stories. Then we get to the shared reading. I like shared reading a lot because students and teachers read together. The teacher has to select a book that has a pattern that students can be able to learn quickly. For example, if I were to read The Little Red Hen, I might teach the students how to say, "Nara, I say the cat, Nara, I say the pig." So when I read the book, I tell them to read their part and they read it together. Poems are also a great opportunity for shared reading. Shared writing is also an opportunity for the teachers and the students to share a pen together. It could be a drawing because we always draw before we write. So the teacher might draw parts of the drawing and the child might do another part. When it comes to writing, the teacher might begin the writing and then help prompt the child to write the other part. So it's shared writing. So let's go ahead and talk about the next component, phonics, letters and sound. Phonics is the ability for a child to make a relationship between the letters and sounds. It's the foundation for learning to read because students need to learn that letters make words, words make sentences, and that's how books are structured. So we want to make sure that they develop fluency in knowing their letters and the corresponding sounds. And then we're going to talk about phonological awareness. That is the ability of a child to break down, to manipulate the sounds of the English language. Our students need to know that words are made up of sounds. The word cat has 3 sounds. They need to be able to break it down to sound out the word cat to write it. They also need to learn how to make new words, knowing known patterns. For example, if they know the word cat, they can delete C and add H to make hat. So it's manipulating the sounds of the English language. They also need to know the parts of a word, syllables. So that's a big part of reading readiness. Then we talk about foundational skills. Foundational skills involves phonics, phonological awareness, and concepts about print. Let's talk about concepts about print. Our children need to know the parts of a book. A book has a front and the back, the spine. It has a title, a picture, the author, and the illustrator. They also need to know that we read from left to right, from top to bottom. They need to know that we read by looking at the pictures and the words to help us gain understanding. So that's part of the foundational skills. Then we're going to talk about sight words. Our students must learn sight words to be able to read fluently. Because when students know sight words, they can focus on comprehension. So that's what we're going to make sure that they're just focusing on comprehension. They're not struggling. They don't know the word da, they don't know it, they don't know ant. So that's going to be a big part of the program. Now we're going to talk about small groups. This is what we call mini lessons or guided reading, the old term for it. Small group instruction with students use phonics skills, phonological awareness, foundational skills, and sight words to learn to read. The teacher is always the facilitator. The students are encouraged to use manipulatives as well as collaboration. But that's the time your child is going to learn how to read. Now we're going to talk about the components of the writing that students are going to be engaged in throughout the year. Opinion writing for kindergarten is pretty easy. The students have to state an opinion like, I like summer because I can go to the beach and make sand castles. They have to state the opinion and then give a reason why. And we always use the word because. Then they're going to engage in informational writing. Informational writing is factual writing. For example, again, once students learn about seasons, they can write a sentence about spring. In the spring, it rains a lot and trees have green leaves. So they're writing to inform an audience. And then the narrative writing. That is when students write about stories that they are learning. They might read a story about a birthday and write about the character. Or they might even write about themselves and make a connection to the text. And throughout this opinion writing, informational writing, and narrative, it's going to be integrated with their read alouds and shared reading. So again, in a nutshell, that's our math and reading program. You will be getting more information during back to school night. Thank you.
Hi, boys and girls and parents. Of course, we'll keep extending the learning into both science and social emotional. During the science curriculum, we'll be covering weather observations, forces and motions, and living things. And more information specifically about these topics will be coming to you. And for the social emotional, just their mindfulness of their own personalities, what they're capable of, their own capacities, and then just teaching them, helping them to develop social skills and interacting with others. And then social studies covers, as you can see, civics, geography, economics, and culture. And of course, it's broken down on an elementary kindergarten level for them to understand. Hefty sounding topics, but they are made, connections are being made to them in their own lives and in society in those 4 areas for social studies.
Hola, My name is Pilar Benavides, and I am the Spanish team leader page for immersion. And I am very excited, and I want to welcome all of you, and also especially our immersion parents. Should I share something a little bit about me, Miss Dr. Blackman?
Yeah, go ahead. This is Miss.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Brown. Okay, so I've been in Montgomery County for this past year was my 15th year. I was a paraeducator. Then I became a classroom teacher, and then I started doing world language. I've been at Page for 3 years. I started doing the world language program, and now I'm now the Spanish immersion team leader, and I'm very excited to have a new team, and very excited with this virtual learning. Is all new to me, so I'm just very eager for the new things that are coming this year. And again, welcome to all the parents and the students that are present. All right, so a little bit of a snapshot of what it's you are to expect. The Spanish immersion program is kindergarten to 3rd grade. We have full immersion, and 4th and 5th grade students start to see a little bit more of English blocks, but for kindergarten to 3rd grade, your child will get all the content in Spanish. We have about 26 students per classroom, and again, all subjects are in Spanish except the specials, art, music, and PE. All the assignments will be in Spanish. We discussed earlier homework, but since everything will be done at home, it's kind of like a combination of everything will be done by lots of the models and things that the teachers will give you will be in Spanish, but it will not be something that the parent needs to speak Spanish at home. The curriculum is all the same, so we're still using Eureka and Benchmark. And some of the goals for Spanish immersion at William Page Elementary School is that we want your child to achieve proficiency in understanding, speaking, reading, listening, and writing in Spanish, apply skills and demonstrate knowledge in the content areas of the curriculum, and keeping the state standards. We'll talk more about back to school night about what testing and what kind of testing the kids do and how it goes. But for now, just know that your the student is to gain a greater understanding and appreciation of all the culture. So it's not just the content. Our teachers do the very best to make sure that your child learns about, Latin America, Spain, and all the Spanish-speaking countries that are out there. Thank you.
Hello, I'm going to introduce our special ed team and our counselors, and also our ESOL teacher. There you go, Miss I, our amazing counselor. There you have a heart, and you can imagine why she has a heart, because she's pure heart when she goes and talks to students and to everyone. So we're so happy to have her here. Miss I?
Thank you very much. I was just going to have you keep talking because you were saying some very nice things about me. Thank you very much. Boys and girls, I'm actually part of a team this year. For the first time, we have another counselor working with me, and you'll meet her right after I speak. But let me just share with the parents that I have been in Montgomery County Public Schools for 37 years. And I had taught for 7 years, and I am beginning my 30th year at Page Elementary, which is just hard for me to believe. The fun fact I will share with you is I have many of, probably might be a total of at least 8 or 9 parents that also went to kindergarten at Page and went through elementary school at Page. So that's kind of neat. I enjoy they all kind of say, oh my gosh, Mrs. I, you're still here? So I do really enjoy that. But there's something I want to do for the kids, because I know we've been doing a lot lately just for the adults. So what I'm going to do is I don't see any kids in my screen, but if you're still listening, kids, I'm going to ask you to raise your arms up. Okay, so get your arms up, and adults, you are certainly welcome, because I know you could use one of these. I have been given air hugs since I first started at Page. So what I'm going to do first is you hold your hands still. I'm going to hug myself, and I'm going to throw a hug, and I want you to catch it. And then I want you to hug yourself. Okay, get ready for my catch. I'm going to hug myself first. All right, here it comes. I'm almost going to knock you over. All right, catch it. Catch it, kids. Oh, squeeze hard. And you're welcome to throw one back to me because I love hugs if you'd like to. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And let my partner now, who is joining us this year, I'm going to let her speak. Welcome, boys and girls and parents.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, my name is Miss Rocky. I am the part-time counselor at Page. Just like Miss Blackman, this is also my first year. I'm so excited to be a Page Penguin. Previously, I have been working at Galway Elementary School. I will continue to work there. I have been a paraeducator for 6 years, but this is my 3rd year being a school counselor, and I'm so excited to work with all of you. And parents, feel free to reach out whenever you guys need to talk or just check in. I would be happy to get in touch and talk. So take care.
Thank you so much. Here we have Miss Higgins. She's our special ed. She's also part of a team with Miss Regis, but she's pretty much the one, if I'm not mistaken, working with the little ones. So she's adorable. You're gonna enjoy having her around as well. And now Miss Ontivero. Oh, there you go. Miss Ontivero, she's our ESOL teacher. Is she here? Miss Ontiveros or no?
Don't think so.
No, okay. So Miss Ontiveros, she's amazing. She will work with students a couple of times a week. And yeah, she's amazing to have around. She's funny and you will love her as we do.
Yeah, and Miss Ontiveros, she works with students where English is their second language. So if you have a student where English might not be their first language, did I say that right? English isn't their first language. She will be working with your students if they qualify for ESOL services. So that's a little bit about her.
Yep. Now we're having, yes, fun game.
Hi, boys and girls, it's me again. It's time to move around and to shake and get those legs going. We're going to do a scavenger hunt. If you've ever done a scavenger hunt, give me a thumbs up. Okay, so here's the thing. We want you to go around the house. We're going to give you 2 minutes, and you're going to find at least 2 things that you think you will need for kindergarten. Okay, so think, what are 2 things you might need for kindergarten this year? Are you ready? Thumbs up if you are. Okay, all right. You have 2 minutes, okay? And you have to find at least 2 things, all right? On your marks, get set, go. And I'm gonna go find my 2 things.
Okay. A notebook and a pencil.
I see some of you came back. Wow. Can you show us?
Hold on, what do you have? A notebook and a pencil, right?
Look at those.
Yeah, you do.
A pencil and a book. As a pencil and a book.
Yes.
Wow, look at all of these things.
I use for teaching my brother and my lunchbox.
Oh, wow.
I don't know this class. Hello, I have a pen. Hello, hi everyone.
Oh, look at all these cool things.
I'm Maria.
All right, friends, our 2 minutes are up. So I hope you come back to the screen.
Oh, Dr. Blackman, they have been sharing. The kids have
I
been
know,
sharing
I've been
lots.
seeing all those great things.
Good job, guys. I see. Oh, I just noticed I've been talking and I was muted. Sorry. Good job, guys, with the scissors. I saw some scissors and some folders and a black and a backpack and a wow. Good job. Give a big kiss to your brain for that work you just did. Good job, everyone. Thank you.
All right, we're going to ask everyone to mute themselves again, please. So we have a couple of more slides to go because I know it's getting late. So if everyone can mute themselves again, please. Thank you.
No.
Ms. Torres, you're on. Can you see your slide?
Sorry. I was like, I lost the screen. Sorry, here I am again. How to be ready for virtual learning. So these are some recommendations that we give before starting school, especially now that we're starting virtually. So how can we help start school? Practice a lot the login and log out with your Google ID. So you pretty much, your Google ID is your ID your ID number plus at mcpsmd.net. And your password is going to be a 6-letter password or something. Yeah, 4 or 6. So you need to practice, and that can take a while for them to learn. And it's sometimes frustrating because they need to put the numbers, and if they make a mistake, they need to try again. So that would be so helpful, so they can start getting independent and start logging in and logging into our classrooms. Try to set up a quiet area without distraction, so your child knows all the time that to that area, kind of like a small classroom, so he can learn there and getting distracted while he's listening. Make sure to pick up the Chromebooks, and the dates were sent I think yesterday. And if you don't have a Chromebook, make sure to have a device in which you log in your child. Make sure to log out and log in your child from Google account. And having all the supplies that we're going to say at the end, there are a few that we recommend, like a notebook or, sorry, they call them journal here, or a pencil or a marker or things like that. So we're going to talk about that at the end. So you make sure your child has, so when we're in a lesson and if we say write down this, he's ready to continue with the lesson. And familiarize your child with Zoom features as well as yourself. Now we're Google Meet, but we're going to be using Zoom, and it's pretty easy. So it shouldn't take long for them to learn what the little buttons mean. So yeah, things. And here we have a picture of the Zoom features. Pretty much when you are in the participants, you will have that little circle there, and you will click there and you will have all those buttons there. Then you can press if you are understanding, if you are not listening, understanding, and if you want a break or want to say something, you can raise your hand. So there are some features there that you can teach your child. Of course, we're going to teach them when we are in a lesson, but we always want them to feel comfortable, and part of that is knowing what they're doing. So if you can introduce them to those kind of features, that will be very helpful.
Ms. Dangu. unmuted. There we go.
Okay. So parents, we just have a few activities or skills that you can do with your child to help him or her get ready for kindergarten. You can help your child identify both upper and lowercase letters of the alphabet. You can help your child identify the letter sound. Also, your child can practice counting from 1 to 10, and of course, identifying numerals 1 to 10. Also, we have some skills that can help enhance or help strengthen your child's small muscles or fine motor skills. Cutting and gluing anything at home. Cutting is very important for the students. Practice writing his or her name. Coloring is wonderful for their fine motor skills. Even basic functions like opening a snack and a drink, zipping up a jacket or trying to tie a shoelace, and buttoning and unbuttoning outfits. So those are some of the activities that can strengthen your child's fine motor skills.
Barrett, I think you gotta unmute.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to talk to you about some suggested supplies that we came up with that we thought that would be helpful during our virtual learning this year. And I will go through some of these with you. We suggest dry erase markers. We also think it would be a really great idea to have a small whiteboard and a dry erase board eraser. And if you can't find one, you can use a sock, an old sock that works really well, that erases expo markers. Headphones can be very helpful. They really block out a lot of the noise that could be in the room, and they can help with some distractions. Glue, I would suggest, and we all feel, glue bottle would be helpful. They could practice opening and closing it and using it, as well as a glue stick. So they'll have some experience with that. Scissors would be very helpful. My experience has been that, you don't want to get ones that are too blunt. Sometimes if they're really, really blunt, they can be really hard to cut with, and they can be a little frustrating for the kids. So some with just a very small point. Fiskars makes a really nice small pair of scissors that works really well. Play-Doh is another suggestion. Crayons, markers, 2 primary journals, and they are composition notebooks, but there's a little bit of a difference between an intermediate journal and a primary journal.
Sorry, Rima, for the interruption. When you're done with the list, I can show them what the composition notebook looks like.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yes, sure. That would be great. It's only half ruled. So in the top part, it's a white paper, and then at the bottom, it's where they have lines so they can write. Okay, it's very important. It's called a primary journal. Primary composition journal. Folders would be very helpful. That way the students can keep their materials nice and neat and organized. They'll know where to find things. Drawing paper, blank drawing paper, and there's a small size, and there's also a size that is it's not real big, but it's medium size drawing paper, and you can find it at Target, and it's on a spiral, and the spiral is at the top, and the kids can turn the pages from the top, and that can be very helpful as well. Pencils, all kinds of pencils. You can have thin pencils, thicker pencils, short pencils, taller pencils. See the ones that fit your child's hands the best. Erasers that will erase pencil markings. We had mentioned a dry erase board, a pencil case or a pencil container to keep all the materials together. And we also believe that it would be a great idea to have some counting objects on your child's learning space, such as pennies, beans, little rocks, Unifix cubes, counters, game pieces as well. So anything that your child can use to count with. And those are just some of the things that we felt would be really helpful with student learning. And then Ms. Harlow has a picture or an actual journal for you to look at. Hopefully you'll be able to see how the top part is actually just blank.
It's a little dark here, sorry, but I don't know if you can see.
It's a little tricky to see, but the top part is, yeah, we can see a little better now. The top part is white. If you bring it a little closer, you'll see the lines at the bottom. And that's the primary composition notebook. So again, these are just suggestions, and they can be found at a variety of stores all around the area. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I know we have our awesome PTA here. We have over 60 people here. So if the PTA wants to say something,
hi,
is Madam President Lestron here? Oh, hi. I knew somebody was in here. I can't see everybody.
Hi, I am Lestron Maynard Smith. I am the treasurer of the PTA. And I believe Brenda, I see Brenda on here.
Hi, everyone. We're so excited for, you guys to start, and my kids, I have 2 kids. One is going to be in 3rd grade and the other one's going to be in 4th, and they're both in the immersion program. They started in kindergarten, and I know those first day jitters. So I'm going to be, with you guys in that sense. It's a little different this year, but nonetheless, it's a new experience for the kids, and know that the staff and the teachers are amazing at Page, and if you need anything, please reach out to us, and we're more than happy to help you around, since we've been there for a while now.
Right. All righty. Thank you. Ms. Blackman, is this you, or you want me to talk?
I'm sorry, you can talk. I was admitting people. I'm sorry.
Okay. So one way that you stay connected with MCPS, we want everyone, even though we know we'll be virtual for a while, but MCPS sends out lots of messages with information that you might need. So we always ask you can visit the MCPS website and sign up for some of these alerts, and they come to your phone or your email, depending on where you want them to go. Okay. Also, when you're staying connected with Page, you will get every Sunday, you will get messages from either Dr. Blackman or myself, just giving you information about what's happening during the week of, great. What's happening in the week of Page. You also can visit our website. We try to keep it updated with, if we talk about something on the Connect Ed, then we will also try to post it if we feel it's something you need to revisit. So those are a couple ways. We also will be continuing with what we call Class Dojo, which is another communication method that we use to send out information. Usually the teachers use that a lot to communicate with parents, and parents can communicate with them. This year we do have Synergy, which is new to us this year, that also we are able to send information out, and you also are able to select the language you want information to come in also with Synergy. But those are some ways you can stay connected with us at Page. All right. All right, so I know I've already been seeing the chat, so I'm going to go to the chat and try to catch up on some of these questions. And thank you for parents who have been answering things that kind of helping out with the chat, because it was hard to monitor the chat and be in the program. Ms. Blackman, can you mute people again, because I'm getting feedback. Okay, so that was when we were having a little technical difficulty. Oh, here, it was noisy. Yeah, we finally got it together. Someone said they miss you, Miss Barrett. Someone
So
said Miss Dungu is the best. Love her. Oh, somebody's representing Blair Blazers. Hey, Lauren Lee and the Lee family. Okay, so when we'll be able to pick up materials. So Chromebooks, we're doing Chromebooks. Can you hear me? Yeah. We're doing Chromebooks today and tomorrow. Should have gotten information from Dr. Blackman and myself. We sent out email communications and a phone message about picking up your Chromebooks. The students are getting touchscreen Chromebooks. They're not new, but they are touchscreen Chromebooks, and they're an upgrade from what we had provided for the students last year. So there are enough Chromebooks for everyone. So we advise you, please go pick one up. Some people have their own Chromebooks, which is fine, but there are Chromebooks available for everyone. The materials, we were still waiting on one delivery. So I know that delivery will be in Monday. So we will make an announcement next week as to when you'll be able to pick up the workbooks that you will need for Benchmark and Eureka, the reading and math curriculum. So we'll let you know about that. But the Chromebooks, tomorrow is the second day for Chromebook distribution, and that's from 9 to 3:30. There was a schedule sent out so that you can so it wouldn't be such a long line. So I know we posted that on the website just in case you didn't get the Connect Ed message. Let me see. As I said, thank you. When will the passwords be received? Great question. The passwords are being sent out by Montgomery County Public Schools, very similar to how the Connect Ed goes out. They will be sending you an email Connect Ed with the passwords. And I know last year they did the same thing when we went into the continuity of learning in March. They sent out passwords in April to all families with the login and password. If for some reason you do not get the password, you can also put a message in the Dropbox. And Ms. Crook, our media specialist, and Ms. Meir, our media assistant, they will be able to also provide you with that password information. Yeah, so someone, Mr. Bates, answered that in a webinar today, they said they would be emailing and mailing parent view passwords out tomorrow night. Yeah, you two were talking back and forth. So, okay, Mr. Bates and Mr. Clemens. Okay. Let me see. So how many hours of live instruction will it be? So right now, we still are waiting for the county to vote on April 25th. They will be voting on the schedule. We know it should be approximately 5 hours, but again, it's not 5 hours just sitting straight in front of the computer. There will be time where there will be independent work. There will be time where, you might be having some type of movement break, so that it'll be broken up. We don't have the official schedule because we can't publish anything until after the Board of Ed. So once that's published, then we'll put something out. But again, the schedule will be broken up based on what's developmentally appropriate for students. But as far as we know, it's a regular school day with a 90-minute lunch. But again, we'll be able to make that announcement on August 26th. So someone wants to know if they can come to pick up their Chromebook at a slightly different time. That is fine. We are allowing, you can do that. We don't want everyone to do that, but if you have circumstances where you have to come at a different time, that's not a problem. We're not going to turn you away. And if they do, you call me, because that's not what they're supposed to do. Let me see, how do families? So someone wants to know, somebody in immersion might have to answer this. How do families handle at-home readiness and support at home for immersion, English or Spanish or both? So can one of the immersion teachers answer home readiness in Spanish?
As we always say, we don't expect parents to teach them Spanish at home because we know that many of you do not speak Spanish. I think that we expect them to support them when they have to do an assignment. However, previously we begin teaching thinking that none of our students know Spanish. So at the end of the school year, they will be able to learn everything and understand. We make it so students understand us. As I said before, we start from zero, and yeah, I think that probably we ask your support in what we probably the English Academy would ask it too. Reading every day, it doesn't matter the language, the skill is what we care, like recognizing certain things like words or characters or things like that, that it doesn't matter the language, but they need to know.
Okay. And then someone asked about the material. The materials about Eureka and benchmarking. I think I answered that. We'll be giving them out. It'll be we will have more than one distribution day, just because we know everyone might not be able to come, and we want everyone to have their materials. But we'll send something out. I would feel more comfortable once I know for sure on Monday that we have the materials that we need. Then we'll send something out to parents to let them know what days you can come and pick up your Eureka and benchmark materials. Is the PTA helping students with materials for families that need them? Can we make donations? Yes, PTA is actually helping, and we can have, if you're speaking of school supplies, you always can reach us. A couple avenues you can take. Yes, PTA, but we also, within our school, we have a PC, a parent community coordinator, and she also works closely with families if they need support with getting materials. But someone on the PTA want to answer donation and supplies.
I just replied on the chat.
Oh, good.
This is I, the staff at the school, to help with resources to our community. And so I put in the chat our web, go and donate if you like, and then we'll be working with Mrs. I to help the where resources are needed.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so when it comes to things like, this is out of my expertise area, holding pencils and handwriting, those are specific things that you probably will need to speak directly to the teacher about. So once you find out who your teacher is, which I know that might be a question, you'll be receiving postcards, scratch off postcards who will let you know. It'll be a teacher reveal. We'll be mailing those out probably this weekend, no later than Monday. So you can speak to the teacher about that. And at this point, of course, if they were in school, we would be able to say if they needed some further help with that. But I think once you know who the teacher is, they can work with you on handwriting and holding the pencil. Chromebooks, all students at Page can get a Chromebook. It doesn't matter your grade, it can be K. It's pre-K through 5. They're able to pick up Chromebooks Thursday and Friday. Again, how long will classes be every day? Again, we'll be releasing that schedule on August 26th after the Board of Education votes on the schedule, Montgomery County Public Schools schedule. Someone said they're going to miss the Page staff. We'll miss you guys too. It was great seeing some people, some kids today when we were at the distribution. How will grading work online compared to at-home work for kindergarten? Homework things will be graded. So can somebody, one of the kindergarten team members, talk about grading? Do we know yet? Marcella?
I know that kindergarten, a lot of the assessments depend, like, are observational.
Right.
We need to work on some assessments as well. And we haven't still yet got together to plan. But we know that we are going to work on foundational skills, how to assess those things, and keep the same information and data that we would do in person.
Can I add something into that, Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Like Marcella, Ms. Latour said, once we get the schedule and we know the flexibility, and we need, of course, to assess students individually, because in kindergarten, the only way you're gonna know if a child knows the letters is to assess them individually. So those are the things we're gonna be talking about, how we can get grades by, assessing them individually during the block time once we get to hear from the Board of Education. And again, it's gonna be observational and also assessment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and then are parents expected to be with the child at all time or just help them as needed? It's help them as needed, because we do know they're 5. We know that we're trying to build their independence, but if there's some things that you feel there might be when you first start out, maybe you have to sit for a little while and then you start to move away so they can, build their independence. But I know in the beginning, children are definitely going to need help signing in, where to click, where to mute, how you raise your hand, some of those features that's where we're saying, you have to practice with them to help build up their independence and their confidence, but you're not expected to sit with them, no. But but hopefully you're nearby if you notice, that they need some support, because we're virtual, so it's hard to kind of give the hands-on support we normally would give. We would be dependent on a parent to help with some of that. Kindergarten team, you want to weigh in? Did I say what I was supposed to say?
I can weigh into that. When we're in school, as you know, Ms. Brown, we actually help them the whole month of school just by lunch. So in the beginning, like you stated, they're going to need help because we're still going to teach them our routines and how to focus. Once that happens, like you said, it's going to be an observation thing. Once they are seated at a computer and they're able to focus a little bit. Yes, we want the parents to be to help to make sure that students become independent. It's again an observational activity, how they'll be able to come and go. They'll have to be able to come and go.
Yeah, and if I can add also, we know that you're gonna be doing a lot of stuff at home. So as Ms. Dangu and Ms. Brown said, we expect you to guide them in this learning. Everyone is different, and as long as you can see how they start getting independent, just step a little bit to the side and see if they can manage. I think that in spring, there were many students who were by themselves, but it's just a matter of starting and letting them learn.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we just have a couple more questions. There's a question in the chat about how you plan on helping children with special needs, which depends on if they have an IEP. If they have an individual education plan, then the special education teachers will be reaching out and working with students within intervention groups and small groups, and we still will be conducting meetings, and you would have a special educator assigned to you. So it all depends on if we know about the child. If you know your child has an IEP, then you also need to make sure you give that IEP to Ms. Headley. I think you either scan it in or you can make an appointment to bring it in. We'll put that information. Hopefully next week we'll provide, if people need to come in and make an appointment to bring in some specific documents, we'll start letting families know when that is. We just haven't put that out yet. But if there is special needs, we would definitely need an IEP. Or if we think they needed one, then again, we would have our special education team reach out to you. So once you find out who your classroom teacher is, then you can also speak to them about that.
Miss Brown, may I just, this is Mrs. I,
Yeah.
may I add something real quickly on that?
Absolutely.
If your child already has an IEP, then most likely the case manager has already been identified as Miss Higgins, and most likely one of us or two of us attended the meeting last year, and so she will be getting in touch with you if your child already has an IEP.
Yeah. Thank you. And then there was a question about someone had received a Chromebook for Jumpstart Kindergarten. If I'm not sure, I have to reach out to the Jumpstart Kindergarten. That's a different office. So I'm not sure if you're supposed to keep that Chromebook or turn it in. If it's touchscreen, that's great. I'm not sure. So you would probably have to reach out to the kindergarten, the Jumpstart office. I think there was a email, but I have no idea about those Chromebooks. I'm sorry. Someone joined late, and is there any way to hear? Yeah, we're recording the meeting, so we'll put it up on the website so you can hear the meeting. And you haven't been receiving any emails. So what you can do, if you have not been receiving emails, you can email Miss Headley, and her contact information is on the website. And we can make sure that we have your correct information in Synergy, which is where we house all of our information. And there's her information there. Perfect. You must have been like a plant, because we knew that was the last slide. So that's really it. And I know we've gone over a little bit, but it's always, for me, it's important to answer questions because we don't want you walking away with more questions than, you know, we were able to provide answers with. So to me, one of the most important parts of, you know, having any type of orientation is answering questions that, you know, that you have. So that's really important. So like I said, the last slide is Ms. Headley, and she really is instrumental in ensuring that documents are collected and you're turning things into Ms. Headley. So when it comes to those emails or you not getting communication, please let Ms. Headley know. Like I said, through an email, you can reach out to her and she will try to help you out. Okay? So I don't know who's closing us off. Is that Dr. Blackman or Ms. Latori? I'm not sure. I see Miss Dungu, she popped up there. Who's saying good night and thank you for joining us. Dr. Blackman, you're on.
I stopped sharing screen. I hope I was pretty good. This is my first time being a technical person. So we would like to thank all of you for coming. We hope that you enjoyed. We hope that it was informative. I would like to give a big shout out to the awesome kindergarten team that have been preparing. Thank you, Ms. I. Thank you, PTA. Please join the PTA at Member Hub. Thank you, Ms. Brown. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you, Ms. Headley. If I'm forgetting anybody, please forgive me. It's late, but thank you all. And if you need us, we are just an email or a phone call away. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye, my future penguins.
Yep, you can unmute and say
bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. See ya. Bye.
Buddy, come here, say bye.
Bye.